am MULUGETA with Dr. HEENA ATWAL, a PhD scholar in the Punjab University of Patiala. I will present my research entitled Entrepreneurial Ecosystem and the Performance of Micro and Small Enterprises in Ethiopia, the Political Legal Perspective. Okay, the contents of my presentation will be, it will have an introduction, a review of literature, the conceptual model, hypothesis, method and material, measurement models, structural model, summary of the hypothesis, and conclusion will be the content that I will try to cover within the given 10 minutes. As an introduction, studies are showing that government, law, infrastructure, economic and social aspects are impacting the performance of micro and small enterprises everywhere. The ecosystem requires normally an independent actors of the business environment to be integrated together so that it's possible to achieve common goals of micro and small enterprises, basically for their success. In integrating the economic, technological, and socio-cultural environment of MSEs, it's logical that the political legal system takes the primary or the pivotal role. When you come to the Ethiopian context, which is found in Eastern Africa, the small company sector is considered to be the key force for creating jobs and even for creating fair income and distribution, and playing a great role in alleviating poverty and unemployment problems, basically. And the level and the quality of MSEs employment in developing countries like Ethiopia is still found to be a concern. Large and older firms are considered to be taking the greatest role in creating employment opportunities better than the small and micro ones. So it's found that almost half of the micro enterprises, 40% of small firms reported access to finance in Ethiopia as a problem. Those are specific elements of entrepreneurial ecosystem, basically such as finance, market, human capital, infrastructure, and the like, are independently studied by different researchers. The elements are subsystems that can interact for common goal is not addressed very well. Taking this gap into account, our study investigated the three subsystems: policy, business support, and other business environment of the political legal aspect of the entrepreneurial ecosystem, and assessed their impact on the performance of MSEs. When it comes to the literature review, the present study is based on the system theory and resource-based view. Most organizations or businesses and other types of organizations rely on the external environment in some capacity in order to operate. And this might rely on the surrounding. The reason that the researchers use the system theory is that micro and small enterprises are open systems that need certain kinds of interaction and integration with other environments or other organizations so that they can be successful in their venture. MSEs are not unique in this regard. They are open systems. They take input from the external environment, process it, and deliver the output to the external environment. So they are working in a system. Plus to that, since there is one mediating issue called entrepreneurial competency, the resource-based view is also taken as a fundamental theory in the research, because it's believed that the in order to develop competencies or in order to bring competitive advantage, utilizing unique competence of MSEs is found to be vital. By that, our research is basically depending on the system theory and the resource-based view as a theory foundation. Our conceptual research model looks like this. Here, there is an independent variable, which is entrepreneurial ecosystem, mainly the political legal aspect, incorporating three elements: the policy, business support service, and other business environment. And there is a mediating variable called entrepreneurial competency, and the dependent variable is found to be performance. And our study tried to see this relationship, the direct relationship between the entrepreneurial competency and the performance, and the mediating role of, again, entrepreneurial competencies in achieving this relationship. Based on this, around 5 hypotheses were formulated. The first is the political and legal aspect of the entrepreneurial ecosystem have a significant relationship with performance. Second, political legal aspect with entrepreneurial competency. Third, entrepreneurial competency with performance. Fourth, entrepreneurial competency mediates between the policy component of the entrepreneurial ecosystem and business performance. And fifth, the entrepreneurial competence mediates the relationship between other business environment components of the entrepreneurial ecosystem and business performance. Our methodology is that we use an explanatory design that shows the relationship between dependent and independent variable. And there have been a total population of 4,806 engaging in 3 sectors of micro and small enterprise in Ethiopia, mainly focusing on manufacturing, construction, and urban agriculture. Of this total population, around 499 samples were taken, and a questionnaire were distributed to this match, and around 484.97 were found to be returned. But among that, only 447 was found to be valid, and the analysis was made based on this. Standardized and adapted questionnaire were taken, and for our analysis, structural equation modeling using AMOS version 23 was used. Regarding our measurement model, basically the CFA, the confirmatory factor analysis, as the model clearly shows, the indices clearly indicates that our instrument was found to be valid and reliable. As you can see, the chi-squared, the degree of freedom, chi-squared per degree of freedom, the HCFI, TLI, GFI, IFI, RMSE, and RM are found to be within the fit. So according to scholars, if these things are found to be with the standard rates, the model is found to be valid and reliable. In specifically checking the reliability and validity of items, first, construct reliability. In measuring construct reliability, we use Crumbach alpha and composite reliability, and all the items for all constructs were found to be beyond the expected level, which is 0.7. By that, there is no issue of construct reliability. And regarding convergent validity again, for convergent validity to be existing, the AV, the average variance extracted, should be exceeding 0.5. By that, all the constructs are having a value more than 0.5. By that, there is no issue for convergent validity. Similarly, in assuring discriminant validity, it is natural that the square root of AVE should always exceed the correlation between the other constructs. In this case, the italic values in the diagonal shows that, which are the square root of AVR, greater than the correlation among the remaining, the relation between the remaining constructs. By that, there is no issue in relation to discriminant validity. Regarding multicollinearity again, multicollinearity in this case refers to the problem of having extreme relationship among the independent variables. And mostly multicollinearity is found to be existing if a value exceeding 0.9 is found to be acquired in either 2 or 3 of the relationships. But in this case, as the table clearly shows, there is no stronger relationship that exceeds 0.9. By that, there is no issue of multicollinearity. Similarly, there was no issue for normality. Regarding the structural model, the first hypothesis to be tested was the political legal environment and performance of MSEs. As you can see from the diagram and the table, normally the relationship between the political legal environment measured by 3 constructs, which is policy, business support, and other business environment. It is clearly shown that the relationship between policy and performance is found to be significant. The relationship between business support and performance was found to be not significant. The relationship between other business environment and performance was found to be significant. By that, since 2 of the 3 elements are found to be significant, it's possible to conclude that the political legal environment has a significant impact on the performance of MSEs. When in relation to see the relationship between political legal environment and the entrepreneurial competency, again, as you can see from the graph and the table, it is clear that the first relationship, policy and competence, shows there is no significant relationship, but the relationship between business support and entrepreneurial competency and other business environment and entrepreneurial competency was found to be significant. By that, it is possible to reach to the conclusion that the political legal environment has a significant impact on entrepreneurial competency of micro and small enterprises. Regarding the relationship between entrepreneurial competency and performance of MSEs, the table and the chart clearly shows that there is no strong relationship as the p-value, which is exceeding 0.05. So there is no significant relationship between entrepreneurial competency and performance, which is an odd result that most researchers are exhibiting before. Regarding the mediating effect of entrepreneurial competency between the relationship between policy and the performance of MSEs, the table and the chart clearly shows there is no mediation between entrepreneurial competency, rather mediation between policy and business performance. The assumption for the researchers was that the entrepreneurial competency may mediate the relationship between policy and business performance. But the result, as you can see from the chart and the table, shows there is no mediation There is no mediation between the two things. And similarly, there is no mediation between other business environment and performance of MSEs, taking entrepreneurial competence into account. To summarize our hypothesis, among the 5 hypotheses that we have formulated, the first 2 were found to be supported, but the remaining 3 were not found to be supported. So in our research, we found that the political and legal environment has a significant relationship with performance of MEPs, and the political and legal environment has a significant relationship with entrepreneurial competency. But the remaining hypotheses set out were found to be not significant. To conclude, the political and legal environment contributes much to the development of entrepreneurial competency of MSEs and their performance. It is suggested by the study that policy that governs that government designs concerning micro and small enterprise should be workable and attractive, including the provision of different incentives and privileges over the larger and bigger businesses to increase their competitiveness in the market. Moreover, other researchers in the area are suggested to clarify the contradictions in the finding regarding the relationship between entrepreneurial competency and business performance. Thank you very much. አመሰግናለሁ in our language Amharic. This is all.
Yes, sir. Sir, as our research council committee has arrived for attending another conference meeting and also attending the award ceremony, for that reason, I myself, Snehashi Mukherjee, is going to take the dais in order to represent you also, and you have already given the 2 papers, submitted 2 papers, right, sir?
Yeah.
And one you have already presented and another you have.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So you can continue.
Shall I continue the second one now?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Okay. Let me continue. Thank you very much.
Okay.